Hi, I'm Tom. I'm the ski buyer here at SkisDotCom, and today we're going to review the performance bindings from Look for this season. We start here with the SPX 12. This has been in the lineup for quite a few years now, with a couple of upgrades this year that make it an even better binding than it's been before. It starts out with a 3.5 to 12 din, which makes it perfect for that intermediate to advanced skier, but there's just a ton of value packed in this binding. So if you are that intermediate guy and you want something that's going to last you a long time, this is a fantastic choice. Or if you're that advanced skier who's just not charging quite as hard anymore, this is all the binding you really need. One of the best features of this binding is a 180-degree release toe. Basically, it allows the toe piece of the binding to release in any direction that you can fall, just improving the safety and security of the binding. Coupled with 45 millimeters of elastic travel, you just get a clean, consistent release when you need it every time. For the heel piece of this binding, you get the oversized pivot. What the oversized pivot's going to do is stiffen up the whole chassis, allow the binding to be quite a bit more responsive, and then it's got 27 millimeters of upward elastic travel, which again just creates that nice smooth exit when you do need to release from the binding. New for this year, the toe is upgraded to receive either DIN or grip walk boot soles. And unlike last year, it's done automatically, so no muss, no fuss. You just step in and you go with any boot sole on there. This comes in a 90, a 100, and a 120 millimeter brake. From the SPX, we jump up to the legendary pivot binding. This binding is the Pivot 12, the first in the range, with a 4 to 12 din. This is really aimed at your advanced intermediate through expert level skier. Whether you're tearing it up in the park, ripping groomers, or hitting the backcountry, this is a phenomenal performance binding. You retain that great 180-degree release toe with the 45 millimeters of elastic travel we saw in the SPX. So great performance and great safety. But the big upgrade here is the turntable heel, which as you can see kind of pivots here, which is on the tibial axis. What that does is it reduces the risk of the binding pre-releasing, especially in compressions. And it also makes the mounting platform a lot shorter, so you get a much more natural flex out of this ski. This thing has become a legend for a reason. It is a phenomenal binding. This comes in 95 or 115 millimeter brakes. From the Pivot 12, we jump up to the Pivot 14, which is the flagship binding in this collection. You step up to a 5 to 14 din binding here, and this is going to be aimed at your advanced to expert level skier. It's really a binding for somebody who's going to go out, tear it up, and wants the highest performance out of their binding. It also works very well for those advanced intermediate skiers that are maybe 185, 190 pounds or heavier that need the extra performance and durability of that 14 spring binding. This guy's coming in with a 95, 115, and 130 millimeter brake. So that's the performance binding lineup from Look for this season. You can check out any of these products as well as other videos and blogs over at SkisDotCom.